Okay, so I finally finished the first one. I don't know why I got the book that was split in two. None of my others are, but anyway. So I wanted to go over my thoughts, read some of my favorite lines, and I like that we're learning Lady Missandei. I like her a lot, and I love when she talks about her chest and her powders. Her sleeves were full of hidden pockets. She checked them carefully, as she did every morning, to make certain all her powders were in place. Powders to turn the fire green or blue or silver. Powders to make a flame roar, hiss, and leap up higher than a man is tall. Powders to make smoke, a smoke for truth, a smoke for lust, a smoke for fear, and the thick black smoke that could kill a man outright. I think that was really interesting, and I know she's like the Red Witch or whatever, but to actually see her lean into that was really cool. And so I definitely enjoyed learning more about her. And then after Missandei, I'm liking reading about Jojen and Bran, and this line really spoke to my soul. Never fear the darkness, Bran. The Lord's words were accompanied by a faint rustling of wood and leaf, a slight twisting of his head. The strongest trees are rooted in the darkest of places in the earth. Darkness will be your cloak, your shield, your mother's milk. Darkness will make you strong. And one of my favorite quotes is from the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, and it talks about darkness and how many things are in darkness. There's a darkness for lovers, there's a darkness for fear, there's a darkness for pain. And people are so often scared of the dark, but sometimes you have to go through the dark to find the light. And I know a million and one people love this quote, but I've never read it before and I like it. A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies, said Jojen. The man who never reads lives only one. The singers of the forest had no books, no ink, no parchment, no written language. Instead, they had trees and the werewoods above all. When they died, they went into the wood, into leaf and limb and root. The trees remembered all their songs and spells, their history and prayers, everything they knew about this world. Masters will tell you that the werewoods are sacred to the old gods. Singers believe they are the old gods. When singers die, they become part of the godhood. And I think about the fact that trees have been around for hundreds of years, or like my property that I live on. Some of the trees you can tell are very old, and the things they've seen, the children who've climbed up them, the weeping of different people who've lived there. I think that was beautiful, and I agree because reading is my escape from the world, so I definitely felt like that line was very, very good. And another Bran quote here, well, Bran chapter quote. He heard a whisper in the wind, a rustling among the leaves. You cannot speak to him, try as you might, I know. I have my own ghost, Bran. A brother that I loved, a brother I hated, a woman I desired. Through the trees I see them still, but no word of mine has ever reached them. The past remains the past. We can learn from it, but we cannot change it. And God knows that's the truth. And I've experienced a lot of that in my life. I have experienced a lot of wanting to change things in the past and do things differently, and you can't do it. This book dragged for me, and it only got really, really good to me in the end. And so I've already launched very heavy. I'm already 100 pages into the second part. So that one will definitely be finished by Friday. And then we move on to Fire and Blood. So I appreciate everybody who's sticking around on this journey with me. And I hope that you will stay tuned because this was some of my favorite quotes in the book. And I would love to hear yours if you're so inclined.